Hello, Erika, and hello, everyone. Um, my name is Amy Bolton, and I am here today with Erika, and we are discussing the Women's Sexual Empowerment Retreat that's coming up on June 26th and 27th this month, right after the full moon, right after the summer solstice. It's going to be lots of fun. And yeah, I have been bringing all of these women together from all over the world, and this is our third round of the Women's Sexual Empowerment Retreat, and I'm so excited. And Erika has a lot to offer for the retreat, and I am so excited to chat with you today, Erika. Well, the other day we were chatting, it was so fun. So I'll let you introduce yourself and let everybody know kind of what you do, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Sure, yeah, thank you. Of course, like right as this went live, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have the worst tickle in my throat right now and I need to cough. Good thing I grabbed my water. But yeah, thank you for having me and for thinking of me to, be a part of this retreat. I'm really excited. And yeah, our chat the other day, it's like, okay, I could just do this all day long. Like, it's amazing. But yeah, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Erika Beal, and I am an anti-diet advocate, radical self-love, empowerment coach, and I help women deprogram from diet culture, improve body image, and live from this place of like radical and rebellious self-acceptance, where we're making our own rules, living by our own rules, and doing the things that feel really good to us. And the thing with like diet culture and the society that we've been, raised in, it's put us on like hyper focus of how our bodies look. And it's a massive distraction, like massive distraction when you really start to think about how much time and energy and mental real estate you spend thinking about how your body looks, thinking about your weight, food, what you ate yesterday, what you're eating tomorrow, like all of these things. And when we start to really dissect that and like release all of that, you like have this massive amount of space open up for you to actually like pursue the things that like you enjoy in life and to actually live for yourself in the body you have right now. So it's really, really powerful because it's a huge block. Like our body and the way we view our bodies is a really big block when it comes to visibility, when it comes to like just putting yourself out there or doing the scary things, right? Because diet culture has really done a great job of making us not trust ourselves by making it so we can't trust our own bodies. And for those of you, I should say, I say diet culture like everybody knows what I'm talking about. That's not always the case. I know if you had said that to me a few years ago, I'd been like, I'm sorry, what are you even talking about? So diet culture is essentially like the system of beliefs that prioritizes thinness and puts thinness on a pedestal. Thinness, is the answer to health and happiness, beauty, worthy, all of that. And it's everywhere. And it's invasive, and it is programming and messaging that we have been receiving since like we were in the womb, right? And again, it's become such a big distraction, and it's taken us really far out of our bodies and kept us at war, right, with our own bodies. And again, that lack of trust. So it's like you're seeking something from the external when you go on a diet, like, oh, I need this to keep me in line because I can't trust my own like hunger and fullness cues. I can't trust myself around that food. I can't trust like all of these things you can't trust yourself to do. And that starts to like bleed into other areas of your life. And when you finally get this piece, this big block with like your body and food and that distraction, when you finally get that, like, oh my gosh, I don't really like, I'm not thinking about it anymore. It's just like this massive like flood of self-trust. And then you start to feel like, oh, I can do anything. And you get braver, right? And you do more bold things and the scarier things. And that's how you build your confidence. So, we think about confidence. I should have also warned you, I really like to talk and I was probably going to ramble. But with confidence, like we think it's based on how we look, right? Like I've asked women, especially like, when do you feel most confident? And oftentimes it comes down to a number on the scale, an outfit, or something about the physical appearance. But when we do the scary things over and over again, even just the little things, those little things that you're like, ooh, I want to do that. I would if I were more confident, or that's okay for her to do, but I could never do that because I'm not confident enough. But when you take that as like, kind of like a challenge, like, okay, well, clearly I want this. What's stopping me from doing it? What will happen if I don't do it? And what will happen if I do it? And the more you do that, the more you do the scary things and you realize, oh, wow, like it either turned out really great or, hey, I survived. You're building that evidence and you're building that trust. So it's like all of this stuff tied up in our body image, like keeping us held down and afraid to really experience life like exactly as we are right now.
Yes. Yes. I love all of that. And I love that you're doing this work. It's so important. And I remember when you and I were talking a couple weeks ago or last week or whatever it was, and just like the awareness of like all these different things in my life, because I had never really thought that I kind of followed diet culture or whatever. But then I'm just like, oh yeah, like there's so many people in my lives and so many areas in my life that my kid's trying to sneak in here. That's okay. This is the real life of Amy.
That's right. That's right. And my kids have crashed many lives.
Yeah, it's amazing how it sneaks up in so many places in our lives. It's phenomenal. And I've just really loved following your posts and all of the work that you've been doing and the information you've been putting out there to the world, because I feel everybody needs to know this and everybody needs to get this information. So
especially when we see the next generation, right? Like we don't want this for them. We don't want for me, right? I have a 5-year-old and an almost 2-year-old. And it was when my daughter was like, she was like 8 months old and she just turned 5. And I was like, what am I doing? I was not in a good place. Like when I got pregnant, health issues, postpartum anxiety, all of that stuff came. And I was miserable. And I remember looking at her one day like, oh, if I have this vision, right, for her to be this confident, empowered, woman when she grows up. I'm like, but what am I showing her? And I had always said,
Mommy.
Just a minute, you can look at my cards, but I'm talking.
You could have 5 cards?
Yes, you can have 5 cards. Do you want to bring these out to the room?
No.
Okay, then you need to sit here quietly because I'm on the live, okay? Okay. Okay.
I had always said, even before I even thought I was going to have kids, I was like, if I have kids someday, they're not going to get my messed up relationship with food, which in reality was not a messed up relationship with food. It was with my body. But diet culture, programming, and conditioning, it's like, food is the problem, right? That's what you really need to get under control. So that's what I thought. But it didn't matter. Because all I know is I looked at her that day when she was like 8 months old and I'm like, I got to do something. I can't set this example for her. And I didn't know what I needed to do. I didn't know anything about like anti-diet or diet culture or anything like that. I just knew that there was no chance in hell she was growing up listening to me complain about myself, complain about my body, tear myself apart, be miserable, not doing anything about it. Right? Like for a long time, I just wasn't doing anything about it, which is okay. Like it's so okay. But there has to come a point where like you decide. And I just had to decide. And now, oh my God, I learned so much from her every day. And like watching her go through, it's like very eye-opening thinking about, wow, this is the stuff I was exposed to when I was a kid and it starts this young and I'm trying to like reparent myself while parenting them, but it's so important for us to break this cycle. Like the next generation, whether you're a mom or not, whether you have kids or not, like chances are you have influence over some child somewhere at some point.
Very much so.
Right. And to just know that like to give kids an option to know that the only way isn't hating yourself or hating your body. Like that's not the only way to do things. It's just so important.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so important. And to touch back on the children is like a big thing in my life is they mirror us, right? Like, so everything they do, it comes right back and mirrors what we're doing. Because I'm shocked sometimes. I'm like, well, where did you get that from? And then I'm thinking, I'm like, did I say that? Like, am I portraying that as like, oh, they're just like little sponges just taking everything in? And it's so like, they're like, you said that she's my biggest teacher, right? And yeah, my children are my biggest teachers, and I'm always reflecting back. I'm like, okay, how can I sit there and be present with them and actually listen to what they're saying and actually like change what I'm doing so that they're not mirroring that back. They are, being a role model for them is like so important. I've said that for so many years, just role modeling for all the little people in my lives, and even before I had children. And it's I see it now that my kids, I see it all the time, and I'm just like, whoa, yes, this is so important. Yeah.
I know you don't realize it. Like, I didn't realize it either. And now I'm like, oh no, like this is really important for me to either make this change or act in this way, because I am their biggest teacher. Like, I am their biggest role model, especially my daughter. Like, she's learning from me what it means, to be a woman and all that. And yeah, and the amazing thing too, like when it comes to body image, and like when I made that decision with my daughter, was I decided, like, hard stop. I'm not going to complain about my body or say anything negative. And when I make a decision like that, I stick to it. What happened was it allowed me to start to believe it. You know what I mean? When I stopped giving it life, when I stopped giving that inner critic life and talking about my body and needing to lose weight or all those things, and I just like hard stop, it eventually became normal for me to not say things. I didn't have to stop myself from saying things about my body. It just, like I actually believe it now. Or taking pictures, right? That's another big one that I decided, like, my daughter's not going to witness, well, both of my kids, but Jasper's still little, so but they're not going to witness me say no to a picture or delete 50 of them, pick myself apart, try to get the best angle, like all those things. I was like, well, shit, okay, we just got to do one. That's it. My daughter has to take a picture. There's going to be one, and I'm going to say, great, and leave it at that, whether I think so or not. And doing that over and over again, like, now it's second nature for me. I don't take a picture and take 50. You don't realize. You do it instinctively, right? You're like, oh, I'm going to take a picture, and you're like, go off and take 10, try to find the best angle, pick yourself apart. And like, what is that doing for you? But we have to challenge ourselves to do these things that feel uncomfortable, right? Like taking just one photo and running with it, especially like if you have a business or you're posting on social media, to take that one picture and be like, all right, I'm accepting it exactly as it is, because whatever, that's me. It's scary and it's hard. But that's the way we retrain ourselves and reprogram, and you have to do it. And you have to do it in a way where it's like, we want to lean into our own edges of discomfort, but you never want to get to the point where you're like full blown panicking about it, right? You have to really be in touch too with what's like good for you and not compare yourself to somebody else. So I like to give the example with like bathing suits. In my Facebook group, there's a lot of like, especially now with summer, like posting, oh, this is my first time wearing shorts or my first time in a bikini and all these things. And it can be tempting to be like, oh, see, I can't even get there yet. That comparison trap. But you have to remember, like, we're all on our own journey. So for me, this summer, I put on a 2-piece bathing suit, and I genuinely didn't give two shits about what I looked like in it. Like, genuinely. Last summer, I put 2-piece bathing suits on, and it was hard, and it was scary, and it was uncomfortable, but I did it anyways. And I kept doing it all summer. I wouldn't wear a cover up, and I would only wear a 2-piece. And that felt scary. This year, it feels like nothing. The year before that, I was pregnant, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm only going to wear a tankini, And that felt scary for me, and to take pictures and to post them. And then before that, it was like, oh no, I'm going to be covered up. If I stand up from my chair, I'm putting a cover up on, right? So like really acknowledging where your own edge is. You might have haven't gone to the pool or the beach in 10 years, and you haven't worn a bathing suit. And the thought of putting on a bikini might terrify you, rightfully so, right? So like, where's your edge? Where's
totally
your
okay.
thing? Yeah, that feels like, okay, this feels a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's not something I normally do, but I'm not full blown like panic mode about it either. And that's how we start to really, again, like reprogram and cultivate that, the unconditional love and acceptance for yourself.
Yes. Tiny baby steps. And I'm thinking of like, there's so many women that I've worked with over the years. And like, I know you've struggled with postpartum depression, anxiety, same with myself. And it's all these baby steps. Like, can we get out the door? Can we, do all these things? And yeah, like you say, I love that you're, start where you're at. Can you just get to the pool, and start where you're at and take these baby steps and see how it feels. And maybe it's a little uncomfortable, but not terrifying. And actually it's interesting because my codependency book, I was reading about panic this morning, and don't panic, and how you have to just keep pushing through. And it says if a swimmer was crossing a lake, then suddenly focus too heavily on the distance remaining, he might start to flounder and go under, not because he couldn't swim, but because he was overwhelmed by panic. So when we're panicking, we're not doing anything. So how can we do it simply and slowly and take those baby steps, and just one stroke at a time swimming through, or one step at a time wherever you are in life. And I love that you approach it that way. And it really segues into what we've been talking about too with the other goddess panelists, of like, this is for everybody, right? This is not, we're going to meet you where you're at. It's not just for, somebody who's, really wanting to dive into their sexual empowerment. It's for anybody, right? A lot of these workshops, you don't need to be intimidated by them. And you can even come with your camera off and put a pseudo name on if you really, really want to come, and that's the level you're at. That's totally okay. We'll meet you there. And I'm making all the Q&As not on camera or not recorded. So there'll be private, quiet Q&As that people can come to that are not recorded. So you don't need to worry about that. So you can be as, what's the word? Undercover, quiet, or not as vulnerable. You don't have to be super vulnerable when you show up. Or if you want, you can show up with your camera on, with however you want to be. But this is for everybody, and you are totally welcome to come however you are. I know some of this stuff can be a little intimidating for all of us, but I love what you're doing, Erika, and it's just it's beautiful. And I love that you're a real person, and just showing up the way you are. Yeah.
It's like, I want to give people permission and that safety, right, to like express and explore who they really are, because that's something I craved for so long, and I didn't even realize that. I'm like, holy shit, I don't feel safe to be myself in a lot of environments with a lot of people. And now, like, my requirement for relationships of any type, friendships, whatever, is like, do I feel safe being myself with you? Because if I don't, then it's not going to work. But I offer that like space to my clients, the safety to explore who they are, to show up exactly as they are. Because when we're talking about radical self-love, it's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like treat myself with love and like take bubble baths and all that. No, it's like honoring and accepting and loving yourself through everything in life. And for a lot of people and a lot of my clients, like, they have never fully allowed themselves to feel, right? And again, diet culture takes us out of our bodies.
Yes.
And we've also, been, a lot of us, myself, like, raised and taught it's not okay to be angry or cry or to do any of those things. And then I also navigate the waters of like emotional eating. Food is not I don't like to tell people what to eat. I will send you to a dietitian, but I do like speak to emotional eating in particular, because it's been made to be like such a problem. Like, oh my gosh, if you struggle with emotional eating, like, and it's like, no, it's not a problem. You're not wrong. You're brilliant. Like, food brings you comfort. The problem is you've been so
Yes.
conditioned to numb and to try to avoid your feelings that you turn to food because it's quick, right? It very quickly soothes you, which is, again, brilliant. But we don't want that to be our only tool and our only coping mechanism. And people start to find, I had a client recently who was like, in a couple of sessions, you know, went from like this feeling of the emotional eating really being a burden to like, oh, well, I've been allowing myself to cry lately, that I've never done that before. I've been she's been allowing herself to feel, therefore not turning to food in the same capacity as she was before. And like that right there, it's so huge. Because again, like, we're made to think that all of these things we do are wrong. Like, you're not wrong. Don't make yourself wrong for anything, especially what you choose to put in your own body. And what you choose to do with your own body, you're never wrong for it. And diet culture, unfortunately, has made us feel wrong for everything, right? You're never going to be right in the eyes of diet culture. You know, 1 minute dairy is terrible for you. The next minute you should all be drinking it or eating it. And like, totally, you know, also takes out of account body diversity and how we're all different. And that's beautiful and amazing, right? And like, we should be embracing that, not trying to conform. So yeah, having spaces where you feel safe to just be and to be yourself and to show up however you are. I mean, I never wear makeup. I'm not anti-makeup or anything, but part of me is like, I just kind of do it purposely too, because I want people to feel safe to explore those types of things as well. And like, when I haven't done a professional like branding photo shoot in a while since COVID, but like, I specifically say, do not airbrush, do not Photoshop, do not do anything. Like, zone in on my cellulite, please. Remind me not to suck in my stomach. And like, I'm not putting makeup on. I'm not doing any of these things because it doesn't feel true to me. And again, like, I'm trying to give you permission to just accept where you're at and to just be like, I don't have to love the way I look. I don't love the way my body looks all the time. You know what I mean? I had a moment this morning in the shower where I'm like, wow, since second pregnancy, I got the veins on my legs. Like, I still have this, right?
Wow.
It doesn't go away.
Mommy.
But we work towards actually what I'll be doing for my portion of this retreat is we're going to be talking more about body neutrality. So this idea that you don't have to love the way your body looks, but you also don't have to let that stop you. And that place of body neutrality is just like this sweet spot where you're like, again, I may not love the way I look, but it's not stopping me from like showing up and from living my life. Like, how many times have you wanted to go out to dinner with a friend or done something and you're standing in front of your closet, you're like trying on all these clothes, you have nothing to wear, you're complaining, you're tearing yourself apart in the mirror. And then what happens? You either you either cancel and don't go and you sit at home ashamed, guilty, and miserable, or you go, you order a salad, even though you want the burger, and all you think about is how uncomfortable you are in your clothes and your body. You start comparing to what other people look like and what they're eating, right? That's where a lot of us have lived for a very long time. So body neutrality would look like, okay, I'm trying to find something to wear. I'm feeling maybe bloated. I'm not feeling like I don't love the way I look. But you know what? I really want to go out and have fun and enjoy my life with my friends. So I'm going to wear something that feels good on my body, right? On bad body image days, you want to wear something that feels good. You don't want to squeeze yourself into something that's uncomfortable or too tight, because all that does is keep you hyper-focused on your body. So you'd put on something comfortable. You wouldn't obsess in front of the mirror. You wouldn't tear yourself apart, and you'd go have dinner, right? You still may feel, again, not great about your body, but it's not stopping you from living your life. And that's what we work towards. And it's a really powerful shift and a powerful little permission slip to not love the way your body looks. Because if you ask me, that just sets us up to feel that like failure feeling again, when you realize, well, I probably am not going to love the way I look every single day.
Mommy, look
And that's not
how
important.
cold.
Like, we're more than our
Exactly.
body, right? We don't need to objectify
Yes.
ourselves over and over again. So yeah, it's just it's a place of freedom and peace.
Oh, yes. I love that. And I'm so excited for your workshop. It's going to be amazing and beautiful. And Ari, I have a few more things to do and then we're done. I love all your cards. She's put all my earth magic cards out on my bed, which is beautiful. So I'm going to let everybody know what the other ladies are doing at the workshop for their workshops this coming June 26th and 27th. And we're so excited to have you there. So Kim's going to be doing a turn on and take your power back through sacred sexuality workshop, which is going to be amazing because Kim is awesome. All of these ladies are awesome. Monica's doing the sacredness of pleasure workshop, and she has a realm of expertise, and she's just a beautiful human being. And I will be doing a little bit of choosing your own pleasure and navigating that so you can get through to the next day and figure out what you're going to do that feels good for you and your own body and your own unique self, right? So you get to choose and choose what you want to do. And then the next day we're going to be doing a workshop with Diamond, Make Sex a Power, Manifesting and Astrology. So using astrology to
Mommy?
tap into your sexual power.
Mommy,
Yes.
Diamond.
Yes, Diamond.
Mommy,
Yes.
I said names of
Okay,
the
I'm almost done because I know your story is going to be like a long story. Just
Mommy,
wait, just wait.
Mommy.
And then Erika
Mommy.
is going to be talking what she just talked. Yes, quick.
We said named one of the puppies Diamond.
We could have named one of the puppies Diamond. You're right. And Erika is going to be joining us talking about body neutrality and improving body image, which is we were just talking about, which is wonderful. And then we are going to be joining Sarah, who's going to be kind of encompassing all of the stuff that we're taking in this weekend and doing an inner journey dance and writing our own heroine. So it's going to be very, very, very beautiful weekend and lots of fun. And there's just so much jam-packed information in here and all these wonderful women. And I am so excited for it. And we'll be having a welcoming ceremony to start. I will be creating a Facebook group so there's more intimate space for you to interact with everybody and have that sisterhood going on. I know that was the missing piece the last couple of rounds, so we will be getting that going on, and everybody can kind of have a safe space or safer space to express yourself and be yourself, because I know that's been a huge part of my journey, is having these groups of women where I can truly be myself for the first time ever, truly express myself, and without judgment, without any shaming on any front. And it's been beautiful, and it's been huge having these little groups as a part of my life. And I want that for all of you to join this as well and have that group, because I know that the Goddess panel and all of the women doing the workshops are going to just hold you and support you and be there for you. If you have any questions about any of this, and wherever you are on your journey, you're totally welcome. And yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything else we need to add, Erika, or if there's any last things you want to say.
No, because I could go on and on and on, and I would. So no, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to be part of this. And like you, these spaces and these groups where I felt totally safe to be myself have been game changing. So like you said, no matter where you're at, like you're in the perfect spot, exactly where you need to be. Like, come, be celebrated, be supported. And you never know, even when you're like a little nervous about something, like if somebody's like, oh, this feels a little out of my comfort zone, like I don't really know, maybe I'm not there yet. You never know. Somebody can say one thing that sparks like a massive shift and transformation for you. So I always encourage people to just like be curious and open, and don't have these like pressure and expectation on yourself to get anything from it, right? I do that to myself sometimes. Like I have to, like, what am I going to get from it? Just explore and be curious, because you never know. Somebody could say one thing and you're like, holy shit, I never thought of that before. And there you go. So I'm excited. This is going to be great.
Yes.
fit in your wallet.
Yay. Thank you so much, Erica. Yes, it
Thank
does. sweetie.
you.
So much, and you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll let everybody go. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to message us, comment. Our message box are open, and comments are open, and we are here. So love you all. Have a
right,
beautiful
thank
day.
you. Bye.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Whoa.